Yo, what is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. Chalkcast #112, the long-awaited return. We had a longer hiatus than we wanted to. In fact, I don't think we even said we're going to have a hiatus because we didn't. I went to Scotland. We thought we're going to run some live chalks. We've got Garrett coming to Rizzo's wedding as well. We're getting things happening, and unfortunately, we had a few complications. Garrett hit himself with a fever, with a 102 fever, and apparently the doctor told him to get some sunlight. So his solution was to sit in the sun for 7 days straight. By the looks of things,
Little bit. Yeah. Yep. My solution was to go to the beach after, so I wasn't feeling hot enough. But
where you been?
Yeah. Sorry, I copped out. Definitely was not traveling with the fever, but we're back. I think we're finally back. It's been like 2 weeks. It's been a little while.
Been a little bit. Been a little bit of a...
Yeah, we missed you, man.
Yeah.
Missed you. At the wedding. The CEO wedding. The royal wedding.
It was a royal wedding. It was like a Kardashian wedding, really, wasn't
it? Yeah, it was. I mean, to put the Kardashians to shame, honestly. But yeah, we're back now. We're ready to make content. And this is the announcement of a hopefully apology sort of give back to the chalk community because we missed content we thought we were going to make in the past week. We're going to do what we're going to do. We're going to do a Shoey tier list.
Absolutely.
Patreon.
We have to. We'll talk about that as well
tier list
in this show. The Shoeys just took over the North American RLCS, so we'll get a Shoey tier list in there. We've got EU predictions, obviously the final online weekend of the year. Actually, I was at football training last night, and they're asking, we have like a function on Saturday afterwards. I was like, sorry, I've got EU, and I was like, it's my final online event, and he's like, for what? Like the month? I was like, the year. So what? So you're working for the rest of the year after this weekend? I was like, yeah, that's pretty much how it works. So yeah, we've got the final EU this weekend. So we'll get our predictions straight after this. We'll get them live ASAP for the weekend because Garrett, I'm sure you saw because you were watching with keen eyes. Our predictions for North America were bang on. Were fantastic.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
How have we done apart from Shopify? Obviously, but well done.
I wonder who's to blame for that.
Yeah,
part,
I think Garrett was pretty high on Shopify Rebellion the whole time. I was trying to tell him they weren't going to make it, but
yeah, that was me.
I'll give you credit though for the top 4, top 5, Garrett, because I think in that prediction video, if you guys watched, we kind of gave Garrett the pull, the deciding vote, the reins on a lot of those, and you cooked.
Yeah, I just felt like the prophecy was going to come true again. It was too perfect. Like Ultimate's not playing energy in the final in the semi. It just literally the exact same thing as last split, and it was spot on. I thought energy did not look good, and I feel like it was just fate for them not to get the three-peat again. But yeah, Space Station pulled it out. I mean, they really sure, like, I feel like they should have lost honestly against Gen G. They had the Magic Bear the slight miss, but we
didn't see that. Yeah, we didn't see that one.
You didn't see it.
We didn't see that one.
So Gen G but it's not as bad as it looked. Like everyone was overreacting, but Magic Bear basically kind of had an open net to go up a goal in Game 7 at the very end, basically. And then Space Station turned it around and won the series 30 seconds later. But it literally was just like a situation where Jstn randomly happened to get the second demo as well. And Magic Bear had already jumped to challenge the next guy. So then he was midair and had to adjust and missed the open net. But it looked a lot worse in the moment. But that was another Game 7.
For us, it looked fine because, we were actually Leaf. Well, in that moment, we were, trying to get Leaf to do a Shoey. And we couldn't see anything because he had like the channel point like alert on his screen. So we missed the open net, missed a winning goal. It was really funny. That was I was in tears laughing. CJ was in tears laughing, but that's why we missed it.
I've got the open net. We'll show both. We'll show both perspectives: the actual open net, and then what Johnny and I could see of the open net. Let me just switch scenes here for you guys. So
ridiculous.
Yeah. Oh, whoa. Okay. No, we're good. We're perfect. All right. So we've got both here. So here's the actual open net miss. This is Game 7, overtime. Jstn with a double bump, I think. Is it double demo? Double bump.
Yeah, he got the double. He got like a perfect demo, and Magic Bear was already up in the air. You could tell he jumps before the demo happens.
No,
I think he thought it was a 50.
Yeah, he was just challenging.
Oh, you can see the look on his
and then the
face as
second
well.
demo
Bottom
lands.
left, he's like, I have stuffed up. Ah, so you jump for then the demo comes in. That's kind of tough. It's not.
That's tough.
And his POV is even worse. It looks like Scribbles is just getting a challenge on him, but he took blame for it. He like took accountability, so I was all right.
Yeah, I mean, there's smoke as well. Like that's a chaotic situation, especially this deep into overtime. So yes, it is technically an open miss, but I mean, if he's getting 50, like, what are you gonna do? You know?
Yeah. That's
But that's back-to-back game 7s between those teams, so they seem pretty even, honestly. Like, I could have seen Gen G definitely winning the regional, honestly, because the Ultimates right now I feel like in the final they're just kind of like, I don't know why they just seem to fall off a little bit.
So
maybe LJ chasing that first win still.
Yeah, there's something about that, isn't it? Is it just a mental block at this point? I mean, the more events he loses, the more grand finals he loses, he's like, it's getting worse. It's getting tougher for him.
Yeah, I mean, they literally also got 4-1 in the uppers by the same team, so it's also a good. They also match up well, I feel like right now, but I don't know. It's kind of a narrative.
Just demo stats, by the way.
Yeah.
Did you see the Kofor demo stats? So Kofor was the fastest player on average in the regional, which obviously average speed is not like the be all and end all, but he was by far the fastest moving player. And it makes sense because he was getting so many demos. He was actually just demoing. He got 7 demos in the first game against the Ultimates the first time they played them, and then he got 7 demos again in the first game of the grand final. He just demoed them so much, and there's nothing they could do. Apparently, they just didn't know how to play against that. So, yeah, they got to buy and jump when next time they play Space Station.
No, this guy's a psycho though. Like some of the timings on the bumps he goes for, it's like reveal gets 1 beat, and he'll turn around, no boost. He's like, screw it, I'm going. They just send the house every time, and they just trust. Like he trusts them so much. It's like It's like calm times 5. Honestly, I think. Mm-hmm. If this was free to play, I think people would be absolutely freaking out about it.
Nuts.
we were less used to it, and let's not bring up other stuff. But anyways,
so we saw the Magi Bear open there. Now I've just pulled up the what we could see during that series. So I guess this is a good tie into Shoey Station Gaming and the Shoey saga. For those that didn't watch, haven't seen the VOD, haven't seen clips, myself and Johnny, we did a viewing party for NA Sunday, and it started off as a normal viewing party. It started off as just us on the couch, couple of beers, just chilling, hanging out, couple hours of just normal rock. And then I don't know exactly how it started, but I do know we were talking about OCE, which had just finished. TSM had won, and shout out to Monty, who is the team streamer. He's a caster in OCE, Monty OCE on Twitter. I know that when TSM won, he did a Shoey because he's like, if they win, we'll do a Shoey. They beat Wildcard, they beat Chiefs in the final as well. They were 3-1 down. It was a crazy final OCE regional. And I think we kind of mentioned that about a Shoey, and then all of a sudden we're talking about Shoeys. I think then Johnny, you mentioned that you've never done one. Something like that. I don't really know what happened, but then I think we said, if we get 100 gifted, we'll do a Shoey or something. I think I just jokingly said 100 gifted for a Shoey. And we kind of laughed.
Just to get it over and done with it, we're not going to do a Shoey because that's nobody's going to gift 100 subs, so we're safe in the clear.
Yeah, we just threw it out there, just for the sake of it, and then it basically all kicked off into we did a Shoey, we both did them together with 100 gifted, and then we thought that was hilarious. Garrett stream, we've got to get the captain as well. We got to get every member of Shortcast into a Shoey. So we hopped into Garrett's stream, and I've got a montage of all the Shoeys. I don't know what video to show though. I think Edit Tim did a compilation as well.
Oh, you did like a 30-minute video, like the one of my channels, 1 hour 20 minutes, a bit more context.
Yeah, there's a super cut. You guys need to just
the shorter one.
Yeah, watch them. I think I'll show you a montage of everyone that the compilation of everyone doing a Shoey, but Garrett's one in particular, you guys have to go back and watch because it was so funny. This man is in the NRG. What was it? NRG Ultimates.
Energy Ultimates. They're 3-1 down in games. They're up 1-0 in game 5, and it's like 2 seconds to go.
Away.
Yeah, walk away.
He commits to the Shoey. goes to find a shoe.
Gonna go get a shoe.
He comes back in to assuming that NRG had won the game. Not only had they conceded in the final like 10 seconds, but then also immediately lost the overtime.
Goal.
0-second goal.
Yeah,
into an immediate OT loss. And Garrett, after coming back, he finds a shoe, he finds a drink, just is standing behind his computer like, what the hell happened?
You look like what's his name out of Pulp Fiction, just like looking around, like where'd everybody go? Like you just looked like it looked like scripted content, honestly. But that was real.
Yeah, it absolutely
really did happen.
Absolutely,
you didn't time it like watching in the kitchen to come back in after like it ends. Like that was just the actual timing.
I felt like I couldn't do it after that, and I was thinking like, oh my god, if Andy Miller sees me. It
Celebrate.
almost looks like I'm celebrating with the Shoey, like, and then they posted it to the Energy like second Twitter or something. I was like, oh my god, but it was funny.
Yeah,
it tasted terrible. The shoe is still airing out. I left it before I went on vacation.
Well, yeah, what were the idea? Like JDN petrol or something? JDN diesel?
What was that red thing you were drinking?
It was like a Jack Daniel. I don't know. It wasn't bad, honestly. It was kind of juice. It was just more the leather. The leather was what made the face. I wasn't reacting to the drink. It was just the leather.
You need to try beer next time. I kind of like the leather. I thought it was like
added a bit of flavor.
A nice touch.
It probably tasted better than the beer.
Maybe the beer, the Corona and leather. I give it a solid recommendation.
So we got a minute 49 of all the Shoeys that did occur, starting with Monty. He actually tweeted this. He clipped them all together. So if you're listening on Spotify, I guess we'll try and describe what's happening, but make sure you go and watch the VOD on YouTube to check it out. But here, just what started with us joking about 100 gifted for a Shoey, turned into absolute chaos. So Monty's thrown his own one after TSM won in OCE. Nice little standard Shoey, classic from a fellow Australian. And then the boys, we get some action in as well, of course. And then here he is, the captain. The captain with the dress shoe.
Good choice.
Look at my eyes. I'm sorry, I'm probably delayed, but it was a lot more liquid than I thought that I put in there.
And then we got Jack.
Who told you about the dress shoe, Garrett? That was
great angle.
A W decision.
I just watched you guys do it. You guys didn't dress shoes.
It's way better. It's got that natural lip and it's a firm bottom. You don't want to use these sort of skate shoe stuff like these classic ones because they just fall out everywhere. But Fear did a double kids shoe.
Yeah, this was crazy.
Hang on, let's pause this because this is insane. He's gone and got he not only does this double shoey out of his son's shoe, but then he puts it on his feet the next day and he took a photo with him wearing these shoes.
He did, yeah, he tweeted that.
A baby shoe is crazy, but he did the double whammy out of the baby shoe.
He did that before the subs. Like everybody else was like waiting for the subs and then doing it, or like except Chief Beef. Chief Beef did it before the subs as well. So did Stumpy and Cole, and I think Rizzo's dad. But yeah, he just did it with 0. He's like, oh yeah, I'll do it for 100 gifted. Ripped it. Like
he seemed
I'm sure
excited.
they did a gift.
Yeah, he seemed excited to do it.
Very trustworthy.
Yeah, he just went. He's like, okay, Shoey, we're in. So all the boys were in, and he was involved. And then we had a couple of naysayers in there as well. Squishy, we said Squishy 100 gifted for a Shoey.
Highlight.
And I think this is what he said. Hang on, I'll just play this for the stream to hear. Here we go.
It's a fucking shoe, and you're putting.
Yeah, it's a pretty harsh word.
Why would I care? Nor why would I ever do that?
He's just like, why would I care? Nor why would I ever do that? So he wasn't a fan of the shoe. He couldn't get him to do it. But the Chief, the Beef, and this is another story. This was a terrible shoey, by the way. He's gone sideways, and half of it's gone straight down the Space Station Gaming jersey. But also, they were 3-2 down, or was it 2-2?
They were 3-2 down.
Yeah. 3-2 down at that point, Space Station, in the series. He does a shoey. They then go on a 6-0 run. They win the next 2 games, win in Game 7 in the semi-final, and then 4-0 the grand final. So the shoey buff was real. If Garrett did it a little bit earlier...
I was too late. Yeah, I was too late.
Yeah,
I was saying that on stream. I was too late on the shoey.
It was even better than that. They were down 1-0 in Game 6, like Space Station, where when he committed to doing it, he'd already he said, okay, I could do that, and I'm going to do it. He committed to doing it, and then they equalized pretty much immediately, and then won the regional without losing a game from that moment. So it was an insane
buff. Like they knew there's something about it.
Ridiculous buff.
There was something in the air, but Yeah, this is a great point as well. A lot of people doing it sideways. These shoes, you can't really go from the lip, and that's why you've got to go the dress shoe. That's why the experienced Shoey drinkers know exactly the correct instrument. You got to choose the correct instrument, and here's Leaf doing his. He was a bit reluctant at the start, which did annoy us, but he got there in the end.
Surprisingly reluctant. He apologized for that though publicly several times. So he regrets that. He's learned from that moment.
Yeah, a little bit messy. And then Stumpy went live just to do the Shoey. He's like, I'm going live. Let's get a Shoey in. And these were probably my two favorite ones.
This shoe is just
because this is a minging. This is a disgusting shoe already, and it's soaking through. He's got like a mesh breathable shoe that's already dripping, and it just goes everywhere. Like it's falling down his face. He's basically drinking out of his hands. But then he calls Cole. Cole is at a pub or at a gig.
He's at a concert.
He's at a concert. Yeah. And he goes, a Shoey, I'm in, takes his own shoe off, does the Shoey, it goes everywhere, pours it over his head, and then puts the shoe back on. I mean, this has got to be the number one.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Back to the gig. Legend. That was a 10 out of 10 from Cole. Like, this is commitment. This is right after Leaf was super anti Shoeys to begin with. So this is what I think converted Leaf.
And then we got Papa and Mama Rizzo at the end as well. Papa Rizzo's not in this video, but it even had Mama Rizzo fresh off the plane from Italy doing the Shoey. So those were the I guess the compilation of the Shoeys. But I do want to go back to what we're talking about, that Game 7 Magic Bear miss, because we hopped into the Leaf stream trying to get Leaf to do a Shoey, and quickly realized that Leaf stream is the most scuffed thing we've ever witnessed. So this is us watching Leaf stream. He has, firstly, like, off the pause here, he's got a random Heroes of History Win 3 Treasure Hunt Battles 0 of 45. So he's got Stream Element sponsors from a game from, like, I don't know when he did this stream,
mobile game,
but no one has joined. So he's got that there, just clocking up stuff. And then he's got channel points. Now, these channel points, for 100 channel points, which, I don't know, is that like a minute of watching? It's like nothing.
If you follow, you get 100. So that's like, if you follow, you can do this. It covers
so
for 10 seconds.
And for his 100 channel points, you can put it's called Petting Leaf, and it's a gif of Leaf getting petted on the head constantly, and it just takes up the entire screen. And there's also one of naked Gibbs on the bus, the infamous Gibbs meme of him on the bus.
Shirtless Gibbs.
Yeah, shirtless Gibbs. And it just takes up...
clothes.
Yeah, sorry, shirtless Gibbs, not fully naked. And he's just... It just takes up the entire screen. So he was streaming at this point to, I think he had like 20 or 30 viewers or something. We, obviously, everyone joined in from our watch party and realized, and here's the realization basically, that we can spam these 100 channel points and take up the screen. I'm just going to play the video from here.
Who cares? It's like...
So there's the open net. We can't see because Leaf is getting his head patted. Or pet. Petted. And then... we were like, what is that? Is that a gifted sub? Is that a subscription? Is it a follow? Then it just keeps
I think you just heard me realize I have 1,000 channel points. I was like, oh, I could do this 10 times. I'm doing it. And then I think everybody else just started spamming it as well. Like, if you've watched Leaf a little bit, I've watched a bit of Leaf, then you're gonna have so many of these. You could just ruin
I think this is your realization now. I think we back out and have a look at what it is.
Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, we're trying to figure out what it is, but he wasn't like he was. I think he's committed to doing a Shoey at this point, but he was saying, let's watch the overtime first because this is intense.
Yeah.
It was so funny that he's saying, let's watch the overtime when no one except him can see what's happening because he has covered the screen.
And meanwhile, he's still got the Heroes of History 0 of 45, 0 of 45 Stream Element sponsor on the side. He's got Petty Leaf coming up, and everyone is just spamming it. Wait, he's yeah. So when we tab out and we're like, wait, it's channel points for this? Redeemed, pet the leaf. Redeemed, pet the leaf.
Johnny facepalm.
I was like, I couldn't believe it was channel points. Like, there's no way. this cheap.
And then we just lose it. When I realize it's channel points, I just cannot believe it because now I know that everyone is going to go for it, and then it really just kicks off, and then it's just good luck watching the game. We get 100 pet the Leafs. We've got shirtless Gibbs on the screen, and then the follow alert is like half the screen as well. So after this, it just turns into absolute chaos, and we can't watch this overtime. Like, look how many. It's
so bad.
It's just
so he left. He went and got.
Look at
I never saw that.
It's just look how many's on the screen.
And the follow
is massive, and he's got like heroes of history.
Heroes.
What is this? So this is what we saw for this entire intense semi-final overtime on Leaf Stream. It's just like good luck watching the game. It was the funniest. I've cried watching this like 6 times. It honestly is one of the funniest things I've ever had while streaming. It was so like, what is this? How scuffed is Leaf Stream that he's got these channel points for this much? There's just so many.
Leaf, we're like, Leaf, get your shoe, mate. No one can see what's going on.
Leaf's not even here at this point. He's getting a shoe.
He left because we were like, Leaf, just go get your shoe. Nobody can see.
We can't even watch.
Get your shoe, mate.
And then this is Johnny's favorite point as well. The heroes of history, or whatever, just get gifted subs earned 0. It's just.
I don't even know why it says this because I'm sure he's been gifted subs this point.
It's like, why is this you? It's got gifted subs 0.
Why is it so big? Why is it in the way of everything?
Magical fish is following half the screen. Gifted subs 0. Leaf getting petted 100 channel points. It's a big 0. And then it keeps going. It goes down back to heroes of history with 0. Oh, it is magic.
This is genuinely like we were in tears. It's one of the funniest things that I've seen
so funny.
in streaming history. Oh. It's so good. Yeah, we just ruined the stream pretty much.
Hero Academy, and then all. Yeah, like it's just pet the leaf. But yeah, the gifted. Yeah, this when it changes here on the right.
The gifted sub 0.
Yeah.
Watch from this one. This is the best. This is the absolute. I'm gonna mute it so we don't get the overlap. But it just goes like reach a stone edge 8, and it's like big gift. It's like advanced mark with gift. We'll earn subs for the community. Gifted subs 0.
Oh, that's so funny.
Oh yeah, so that was special.
So that was what we saw for the overtime.
That was a genuinely special stream right there.
Oh my God.
Actually, just brilliant. So. Yeah,
I never saw that.
It's
good, isn't it?
So I was just, I was in tears. I could, when you're laughing, you can't even speak. Like you just have that, I just couldn't get air in. It was so funny to watch live because everyone was just spamming, crying.
So yeah, that was when this happened. This was right off the back of we just had in an hour we had the Garrett coming back to find out energy of Lost. We had Jack claiming that he doesn't own shoes to do shoeys in before then revealing that he's actually got about 60 pairs of shoes and he just doesn't want to use any of them because they're all brand new. His girlfriend Jordy's goes out, buys a beer, gives him her shoes so that he has to do a shoey, and they both do it. This is all in the span of an hour, so we are absolutely we were just creasing ourselves laughing.
Yeah,
I don't remember laughing this much on stream for a long time, at least not this sustained. Just hours and hours of content. It was insane.
No, we absolutely lost it. Everyone that has watched as well was there. That was just like a magical moment.
Legendary.
It was just a legendary lore RL Esports moment. So yeah, we had the Shoey buff, obviously Space Station, then 4-0 of course, because Chief Beef did a couple of Shoeys. As you'd imagine. And yeah, I think we had 12, 13 people do Shoeys, starting off with obviously the Chalk Boys. So we started a movement, and man, yeah, Leaf Stream is so funny. I just keep watching that. Yeah, so we didn't see the Magic Bear open net miss, but that occurred, and the game winner or anything that happened on that during that series. I actually didn't even watch the regional, to be honest, so I couldn't really analyze too much. But
we couldn't see much. Yeah, we couldn't see a whole lot of what's going on, but it was so good. It was so much fun, and I mean, we did get to follow along with the story, so that was good. The other thing as well is Garrett, you could have not only could you have given NRG the Shoey buff, but you could have given Atomic his first, what is it, three-peat? Because NRG nearly three-peated, but Atomic, that was his 4th try at three-peating. Did you know
The
that?
4th or 5th? Was it 4th?
I think it was 4th, no?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
crazy.
don't tell me it was 5th. Yeah, because he got it in RLCS
He's
season
5th?
X with Envy.
Yeah, John said it was 5th.
Don't tell me it was 5th. Oh, no.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
and
That's
it's his
just
first
such a
killer
shame.
every single time.
I think it was his 4th spring split one as well, like last regional of the season. He did it in RLCS season X and winter or spring at some point. I swear he did it with he did it in the 22 season, did it in last year, did it this year. He just can't get it, and they say that they don't care about it, but I don't believe
Nah,
them.
they do.
I think they
do.
care a
They do.
ton because they don't look like the same when they're really going for that three-peat.
No, I think they absolutely do care about it. I mean,
Yeah, 4th 23-peat, I'm pretty sure. If it was 5th,
Yeah.
that would just be every season since Open, which is insane. So, yeah,
Oh,
there
it
was
was- it
one
was only
season he
4th?
didn't do it. Yeah, fourth attempt to three-peat the split.
that's crazy.
And every single time, First Killer has stopped it. Every time. Either with
Wow.
Rogue or with FaZe, and now with Gen G 2 seasons in a row, which is crazy.
Oh yeah, people going back to the Leaf thing. Yeah, we were trying to gift him. It was 100 gifted for a Shoey, and he's like, "No, I don't want to waste a shoe. My shoes are expensive." He thought that 100 gifted was $50, so he didn't want to do a Shoey. So that
Yeah,
added
he
to the
just,
drama as well. We had to convince him how much 100 gifted was.
That's funny.
But yeah, that was chaos for North America. Obviously a 4-0. Atomic gets denied for the 5th time. Doesn't make the final. And Space Station, we called it for the predictions. We thought it's their time. If they peak, they can win. I think we flipped as well because we predicted Ultimates to win an event. Was it the first event? I think we predicted Ultimates.
Oh, that was the first one. Yeah, I kind of pushed that one through against. Actually, they were kind of close, weren't they? They were like game 7, so it wasn't a terrible idea. But the Space Station one, we were all on the same page. Like it was like just the way the bracket came together in our predictions just happened to be almost what happened in real life. I mean, the groups are kind of predictable, but yeah, we had Ultimates beating NRG and then SSG beating Ultimates twice in the uppers and in the grand final. So yeah, it all came together. Complexity 5th, looking like the strongest team for the what do you call it? Last chance qualifier, which is going to be interesting. Do you guys want to talk about NA? We should probably save it for a future episode, do more in depth on this. But like, what we think about NA teams who are going to be in the last chance qual?
Yeah,
should they change? Should they stick?
Let's save it. It's still fresh for me. It's still fresh.
Sorry, I don't want to go to that quite yet.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think.
I was gonna say that. Did you guys watch the Complexity series, or no?
Yeah, that one we were able to see. That was before the chaos.
Yeah, we saw that.
I feel like it's so it's just really it's such a weird team because it feels like even in that series they looked so good in so many of the games. It's just like they can't shoot when it comes down to like the playoff bracket. It's so weird, but I mean it ended up being a 4-1, so it wasn't very close. But there was like quite a few missed opportunities again. So it's like the same as last regional.
Yeah, they lack that killer instinct. But it is funny that it's crazy that Frosty leaves, and then Kofa joins Space Station, and then they kind of have the beef. But then Kofa just goes and wins 4-0s. And I think for complexity, I'm still putting. I think we spoke about it, Johnny, in the viewing party. I'm still putting Diaz on 3v3 fraud watch. Like this guy is ridiculous in 1v1, but he just doesn't look the same. But that happens as well. It's like wavy in 1s versus 3s. But even Diaz is so mechanical.
Watch,
he's so mechanical.
I'll tell you why though. I'll tell you why. So I'm not willing to put him on fraud watch because he had one split before he joined Complexity where he actually looked like a natural. His debut split was not on Cole. It was on a different team. I think W7M or something with Wisty and someone else, like Klaus or one of these other KNS. I can't remember. One of these other journeymen of Sam. But he was, he looked like a natural. He looked like he was made for the game mode, and everybody was thinking, yep, this guy, his playstyle is translating perfectly from 1s to 3s. And then he just couldn't reproduce it in Complexity. So I'm gonna hold off on saying he's like 3v3 fraud watch because I've seen him do really well with it in his debut split. I think Diaz and CRR need to break up. It's not working. 3 splits in a row, not really that impressive for either of them and the level that they should be at.
I feel like it's kind of a similar story to Nas right now. But like I'm not saying I agree that he's on fraud watch at all, but they're both so good they just haven't been able to really like I think NASA's looked good. That's what I'm saying, but he hasn't been able to translate it to a single major yet, which is like, I mean, they've had some really hard brackets, but it's kind of crazy. You have two of the best 1v1 players on good teams, and they just are like right there every time, literally in 5th place almost every single time. Even last year for NAS, which I think is just very odd. But I agree, he's been a little quiet, and it might be the, like what you said, Johnny, that it might just be the CR Diaz duo not being super efficient.
Yeah, I think you just gotta like give another go. The other thing though as well though is that this is the first time that NA's looked like 4 really good teams. So Complexity would have probably made it if like one of these teams didn't level up, like Gen G or SSG. But SSG finally put it together, so they look fantastic, and that made it impossible for Complexity to just like sneak into another major. Really put the pressure on them, and they just can't deliver under pressure. They didn't win a single series in Championship Sunday all season, so that's tough. They got to try something different though. We'll talk about that more we'll talk about Complexity more in the context of Last Chance Qual. At a later date.
I want to go. Actually, I feel like Fraud Watch is tough. I'm gonna give someone a little rev up though for the major. That person's LJ. Okay. I feel like LJ has kind of just been okay. You know what I mean? I feel like he's and I was pretty high on him. I think we did a major rankings thing. I might have put him like 5th or something going in.
I got roasted for putting him low. I remember that.
Yeah, you got rinsed, and I was like, "What are you doing? This guy's a superstar." But I feel like we haven't seen like they've still been performing. They've just been NRG. But I don't know if you agree with this, Garrett. You've watched a bit of NA. I feel like LJ hasn't had that flashiness that I expect from him.
Well, in my opinion, and the reason I rated LJ so high is because I never thought he was that flashy. Mm-hmm. Like, he was never selfish, I felt like. But he had 2 players literally playing around him the whole time.
Yeah.
So, like, he would do the same things. He would play for his teammates as well. But when it came down to one of them actually solo playing and it working, it was him. But I think when you put him with 2 players, his skill level, he kind of... I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like Atomic in a way. Like, Atomic's so good, but he kind of flies under the radar because he has... In my opinion, I feel like people don't talk about Atomic that much unless the other 2 are playing bad. Because he has such good teammates. So I think he's been good enough. I mean...
Yeah,
I don't think he's been like he just hasn't been. I mean, it's like look at like Kofor from last split to this split has now, but just his biggest thing everyone talks about is just his demos now. But when he was with Chicago and Hoxer, where like there's not that much solo play ability, I guess it's like he's going for peak plays more so. So it's like I don't know. I think he kind of became he's a player on the team now instead of like
he's in the machine. He's in the system.
Yeah. So, and that's not even a dig to them, but he went from a team playing around him to, like, if you put Diaz on a team with Chicago and Hoxer, you'd probably be like, Jesus, like, this guy is absolutely crazy. But because he doesn't have players really playing around him right now, it's the same thing, kind of, in my opinion at least. Like, I don't think he's been bad, but it's how do you carry? You don't really carry first killer.
No,
that's not really gonna happen. So,
but like there have been players who have. I mean, they just made a major grand final, but I think that was mostly because Chronic stepped up.
Yeah, he was good.
He was nuts.
Like I think I don't think I think like you said, CJ, Fraud Watch is too much to put LJ on Fraud Watch, but he's definitely no longer at NA top 5. Like there's nobody's gonna put him top 5 NA. Last year everybody had him top 5 NA pretty much the whole season.
Yeah.
And now no one will because there's too much competition for that. And
really, you won't put him top 5?
LJ? Oh, no way. Wait,
you're the space station boys in there as well, so it's hard to.
I would no way put LJ top 5 right now.
You put first killer, the 3 NRGs, and then you got one more.
Yeah, you got one spot left, and I reckon you got to go. Like you got to give some props to like either Magic Bear or one of the space station players. Honestly, like you could put any of them right now. They're all so impressive. But
yeah, I mean, I guess I still thought. I think I would still put him top 5. I thought in the major final he was like still the only one playing well. Like I thought. I don't know. I think I'd put him top 5 still, personally.
Okay.
But it's hard. You're right. There's a lot of competition.
I take back no one would put him top 5. That was too much.
I would do it. Would.
But he's 5th. He's 5th, though.
Yeah, I'd have him 5th.
Yeah. Okay.
But you're right. There is a lot of competition now with the space station boys.
I think you just got to move the. Well, for me at least, I feel like I've got to move the. The top 5 like invisible trophy, non-existent trophy Like you got to move it at some point, and he's
you're
been
right.
just like for LJ's level, he's been very underwhelming. But even for like just top tier NA player, like he's probably now having a really fight to even be one of the top 6 North American players going, because there's so much competition with SSG, Gen G doing very well, and his teammates being so strong, NRG all being guaranteed top 5 players right now with like how strong they've looked. So yeah, the comp's higher than ever in North America right now. It's not bad to be outside the top 5 for the first time in like quite a while, I'd say.
It's looking good.
Yeah.
There's been talk about NA. Who was it? Xperia said that NA looks better. Coach of Space Station. Yeah. NA online looks better than EU online, which I think is insanely biased now that he's over in North America. But I
like that he said it.
I like it.
Statements
they
like
do look better though. 100%. Space Station have added an extra oomph into that region.
You've got to be careful with statements like that, though. You've got to be careful. I think that I hope Xperia knows what he's doing, because you've got to be careful saying things like that. Because any time that I've heard something like that happen in the past, it's just like obviously NA looks good playing in North American regionals, but you got to keep it on like that at that level on LAN, which I think they've got a better chance of doing this in a long time. This is a really good chance to do it, but. I can't believe he said that before the LAN. Bold, very bold.
Yeah, I think I feel like he's saying that because like for some reason when you look at Vitality, you're like not impressed right now. At least I'm not, but they're still like top 4 easily. It feels like. So I think it's just more like K Corp looks so much better that it's making everyone else. Well, they just lost to Dick, but still, it's like I think maybe there's just more excitement in NA because there's a new team. I think that's where the bias is coming from too, from other people.
Yeah,
it was also their coach saying it, so we've got.
Yeah,
after 4-0ing a grand final and being like, "This is such a tough. This region's crazy."
Yeah, that's true.
That's funny.
No, you can't. EU always ends up being good no matter what, even when you think.
That's why you gotta be careful, like saying things like that, because that is so clippable. It's so unbelievably clippable if somebody just like decides to grab that. But
maybe it's a good thing for them. Their first LAN, like your coach is just hyper confident. Maybe it's good for they're younger and stuff. So I think it's better.
And the kids these days, they don't care. They don't fear the big dogs. There's no aura buff with these kids. You know, Garrett, like we know as former pros, they're not scared in the quals anymore of you. These kids are coming through. They just play rock.
No, I'm not even. I know you're.
No, I'm not real. I'm being serious.
No, but I mean, them queuing EU all day is like, I think it'll just make it build them up like that, because EU ranked is like the most toxic thing I've ever seen. Like today I saw Seiko and Juicy they weren't really trash talking, but they were just quick chat spamming the crap out of Oski and Nas, and then like every game Oski and Nas would lose, Oski would say something like, "Bro, they're just sitting in that," like they were actually getting mad. It was real, and I'm just like, damn,
it's good practice.
It's just very interesting. Yeah. They actually start to get a little mad at each other, but it'll be interesting. I'm excited to watch Space Station. I think NA is interesting right now 100%. Too, because for some reason in my head I feel like there's Gen G and Space Station, and then on the other like spectrum of playstyle there's Energy and Ultimates. It's almost like they're kind of playing
the old guard versus the new.
They're still playing like an old. Not that it's bad. I'm like I feel like when you say old playstyle it sounds bad, but there's like those two, and then there's Gen G and Space Station who are just like hyper aggressive and bump heavy. I don't know. I think it's pretty interesting. Because matchup wise, like Energy seems to manage it well, but Ultimates when they lost at Gen G and Space Station very recently, so it seems like they're not doing very well against it. But I think it makes it pretty interesting. I wish there was more regionals, to be honest. Now, like
that's it.
I kind of want to see more regionals now. Yeah, it's over, so that sucks. But
yeah, you don't know you're in the good times till they're gone, and then you'll see more regionals. But I mean,
unfortunate.
There's a few LANs coming up. The by the way, just quickly, we have to touch on OCE at some point. CJ.
Oh yes.
3 LANs in one game, was it?
Yeah, I reckon we had the biggest best of 7 in Rocket League history for what was on the line. We had the grand final, which was the tiebreaker, so it wasn't just like the semi-final or the quarterfinal. We had Chiefs versus TSM. Wildcard had already qualified. They were through Worlds, Raleigh, EWC, because EWC as well is top 2 in the points rankings. So if you're the two Worlds teams, you're through to EWC. And basically what we had was Chiefs versus TSM in the grand final. TSM had just beaten Wildcard. Chiefs had knocked out Power, another team that was trying to make Raleigh. And this best of 7 was for Raleigh, for EWC, and Worlds in one best of 7. And it went to Game 7. So that's it's like your season on the line, 3 LANs on the line. It's like your whole year is on the line because that's it. That's it for the rest of you got 6 months off if you lose this best of 7. Chiefs go 3-1 up as well in this game and then lose 3 on the bounce, including Game 7 to lose. So TSM, Super Locky, Kaka, and Amphis are through and have made it to 3 LANs in one series. So I think that's kind of like the biggest. I can't remember another series like that. Usually it's just a qual for Worlds and the Major, but having EWC on there as well is crazy. It was chaos, and it just keeps delivering OCE. It keeps delivering that region. Make sure you check it out. Well, don't check it out because it's not. You can't look at it. Next year. Yeah. Check it out in 7 months' time. It was absolute chaos. But speaking of someone who's qualified for Worlds for the first time in a long time, your boy, my ex, Jstn, Garrett. I mean, what a performance. Yep. This guy gets the straight swap with Reddles. One team goes up, or it's hard to say if they even go up because they won the last event. They won the last regional, last split. But Jstn hops on Gen G. They look fantastic. They get a top 2. They get a top 4. And they have qualified for the Major and Worlds. Jstn's first Worlds since we were there.
Yeah, I can't believe it's been that long. I'm not gonna lie. Well, that was like 3 years ago now. Yeah. That's great. I mean, I feel like, I knew Jstn was still good enough. It was just the fact of being. I mean, it's weird though because that Shopify team was good enough. Like they were. Like I know we've said it so many times, but bro, 2-piece and Parf just absolutely smacked first kill on LJ in the 2s tournament. I don't know if you saw that. Like the skill is there. I know it's just like a 2s cash cup. It's not
That's
a
a
big
problem.
Deal, but,
They tease us though. They tease me.
There. I know.
And then you sound crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. Like I'm not surprised, Jstn, mate. Like I'm not. I felt like if they didn't make it, like him with that opportunity, I would have been shocked. Honestly, I felt like he's looked good over the last few years. Like he's always been good, and I don't know. I'm excited to watch. I mean, I hope he just shows up and absolutely demolishes. Like it's been a few years, so I feel like the nerves might be there a little bit, but he just seems excited to play. He doesn't seem nervous really at all. But I'm sure game day it changes. But I'm happy for him.
Yeah, it's sick.
I hope they do well.
Sick.
Yeah, I hope it also elevates Gen G past like the 9th, 12th.
The bubble
hole they seem to be in every single LAN.
That's the question right now.
Tough.
Everybody's like trying to figure out where they're gonna finish. Where's NA like 3-4 gonna finish, because that's those have been the disappointing finishes for NA the past couple events. It's not been the 1-2. It's been there a few times, but the 3-4, like there's usually like a team there that everybody's like, oh, well, I wish this was someone else. But now it's actually 4 teams everybody's excited to see play.
Yeah,
which is really good. I think that they can definitely make top 8, especially in this format, because this is a format where with the Buchholz like edition, anything can happen. I mean, seriously, this guy loves to cook up some interesting brackets, so we'll have to wait and see who gets a round 5 blessing, the Bruno Buchholz blessing, and dodges like the tough matchup, just gets the nice, APAC in round 5.
No
disrespect to APAC, but yeah, I think that's actually credit to APAC to say that they'd make round 5 again. Actually, so
they could
respect to APAC.
They certainly could.
Yeah, I think it was just a successful move because I could see them. What last LAN? It was Gen G versus Twisted Minds, was it? To make it?
I think so. Yeah,
I think so. Like I could see them winning.
They play GK. Yeah.
Personally, at least, I could see them winning that now. So I'm excited.
It'd be a good series. I mean, the cool thing now is it's just a series that people are like, oh, that's interesting, Whereas before it was like, this is a tough one. It's hard to see a way to win that if Twisted show up. But No, oh, totally. Every NA fan will believe, which is what you want. You need a fan base who believes that their team can actually win. Now they will.
It's yeah, I just like that. As you said, 2 unique play styles as well from the 4 teams is going to be cool to watch. So I think they're in a pretty good spot in North America. Finally, we've seen some young talent come through. Space Station, Jstn, hopping, getting a chance on one of the top teams as well.
Talent,
these young bucks, these young rookies. So let's see what Jstn can do. I'm excited to see him in Raleigh. Speaking of, I guess, their competition, we'll do EU predictions on the Patreon bonus episode, but we had quals as well. I was going to pull up the EU quals from last weekend, but just looking at the Swiss stage, yeah, I think there's a reason why XP is saying that NA is looking better, because EU just looks boring. There are just no upsets really at all right now. You've got, coming out of last weekend, Vitality 3-0, KC 3-0, and then NIP and Gentlemaids 3rd and 4th out of that Group A, so they went 3-1, 3-1. They lost to KC and Vitality. On the other side, Dig and GK 3-0. And then you got your synergies, fast forwards and stuff. BDS actually went 3-2. They went the last spot out of Group B. That's interesting. But it is right, though. You've got the kind of the top teams that beat all the rest, and then the teams that are just below that only lose to the top teams. That Gentlemates.
Except BSK, though. Except BSK.
True.
Look out for that team.
Except
Our team.
Rusty.
Rusty's. Yep.
Yeah,
we gotta sign him. I'm just kidding.
Hey,
but
if they want to play under the chalk banner for the low price of a t-shirt, then we can make that happen. We have the budget.
Bring them on board. But yeah, we'll do the EU predictions straight after this for the patreon.com. We can really dive into EU over there. I don't think we need to dive in it too much right now. What else has been cool? Obviously, we had the wedding and stuff as well. I don't know. It's been 3 weeks. Lots happened since we last did a Love Chalked.
Well, the title says Rizzo wedding Scotland trips. So CJ, you should probably summarize your Scotland trip.
I hopped over to wee Glasgow, which is fantastic. Thought I'd make the most of the wedding, so went over to Scotland, stayed at La Casa Les Boy, which was fantastic. Had to swim across the moat. He didn't lower the drawbridge for me. I think must have arrived a bit early at the castle in Glasgow. But once I got there, I was escorted by one of the chauffeurs to the eastern wing of the castle, and they said, "This wing's yours." I said, "What do you mean?" They said, "Well, JB only uses the northern wing. Of course, he likes to see the northern lights at night from his terrace." So it was in the eastern wing there. It was fantastic. The hospitality was A1. And then we got to take a little look around Glasgow, which is fantastic. Very livable city, I'd say, compared to Edinburgh. Fantastic.
Say that, actually.
Yeah, very livable.
Never said that before.
Very livable, very convenient. You got the transport, the train's fantastic. You can get anywhere you want. People live just, on the outskirts, 1 or 2 stops out. You can live in the city. You can live on top of the city in a castle like JohnnyBoi does. And yeah, enjoyed it. Able to try some mushy peas, fish and chips, mushy peas. Let's talk about that for a second. Scottish cuisine, F tier, actually F tier. It's kind of like Australia though. They adopt other cuisines. So they have nice Greek places, Spanish places, but in terms of actual Scottish cuisine, it is F tier. I mean, if you have fish and chips, Garrett, what is one thing you'd add to it? You reckon you just mash up some peas and just include that? Why would you have fish and chips and mushy peas? Why is that the one thing? That annoyed me. Because
I don't know, but I'm not eating fish and chips ever.
What?
Do you eat fish, first of all?
I like fish. I don't want fried fish.
It's deep fried, actually, but continue.
Deep fried, okay. I don't know. It's just
get it right.
It's great.
I mean, I'll have it. I've had it. I've never.
Where have you had it? Have you had it in America?
In London.
Oh, you had it in London. Oh, okay.
I mean, it was fine. It just wasn't wow. I wish we had this.
Where did you have it though? And also, who took you to get fish and chips? Because this is going to be a big deal. If you were taken by the wrong person, then yeah.
I'm saying I didn't mean to say I'll never have it, but it's not something. UK eats were just not good. I'm just outside of the hotel breakfast. That was my best That was the best meals. I don't know why. It's just a hotel breakfast, but maybe I exaggerated there a little bit. But like compared to like, okay, this is gonna sound so stuff like I'd rather have fried catfish than fish and chips in the UK.
Fried catfish?
No,
yes.
No, you would not.
Yes, I would. Yes, I would. I swear I would.
Not.
Yes, I would.
There is no way. What even is a fried catfish?
It's just.
Is that the one that you catch with your hand?
Southern. Yeah, you can. You noodling? You want to go noodling?
Am I what?
I'm not doing that.
Am I noodling?
Or is it called noodling? Right?
I don't know. I don't know what we're talking about.
Catfish.
I think it's called
it is noodling.
No, I don't do that. But I don't know. Maybe I just had a bad fish and chips. You know?
Did you get it from a chippy, like the fast food version?
I don't know. I don't remember. I think it was just at a restaurant.
Was it a restaurant? Did you sit down? You sat down for it, and then it's a
but I think it was one of those like. It was like a restaurant near where we were staying in season 5. Were you at that?
No, yeah.
In season 5?
Oh, I mean, it's always been at the same place. Yeah, I was, but yeah, that area, Stratford, aka Stabford. No, we're not judging fish and chips based on.
No, maybe I need some better fish and chips, but
yeah, you definitely need some better fish.
Wait, was it near the arena or near the O2 where we were saying?
It was near the O2.
Oh, okay. Was it in the O2, like in the?
It just hurt. Honestly, I'm just because like every time I have something fried, my stomach just hurts as well. It just doesn't in good.
Okay, weird stomach bias.
It's like a 50-50 chance. But I had to hate on the UK eats.
Yeah, okay. You got some weird stomach bias there. But anyway, the mushy peas weren't great. Fish and chips were great. They do the curry sauce as well. The curry's good. Like I can see that. That's a good addition.
You guys gotta have like what Demonoid said though. Fried catfish is good.
I'll try it because unlike you, Garrett, I have an open mind, an open palate. I will try it. I'll try your fried catfish. It's noodled, fresh.
Yeah.
From the.
I'll noodle it myself.
Let's
go noodling. Let's go noodling in.
I will try your noodled catfish.
Let's yeehaw noodle.
Yeah.
Why not? Who's stopping us?
It's good. It's great. I mean, it's not the cleanest fish, but good. And it's cheap. Good to go. No, maybe I need to hit a trip and get some proper fish and chips.
Hit a trip.
Maybe my opinion's just not good, but yeah, I don't know about the peas.
The thing about mushy peas, though, right? Do you want your peas to run away?
Oh, trust me, they weren't going anywhere. Those things were solidified.
Yeah. If you want your peas to run away, then you don't mush them. If you want them to sit where they are, then yeah.
It's just not the first thing I'd think of with like the golden like fish and chips combination, you know. But so I had some mushy peas. We had we just tried a lot of different things. We had some Greek, we had some Spanish, we had some we had a few different cuisines as well. The food was in general pretty good. We had some steak, we had some pasta. We
had quite a lot of takeaway actually on the last weekend here. We just ordered a bunch, but
yeah, we were busy.
Had to be done.
But yeah, Glasgow was good. We went golfing as well, which was an experience. We were trying to tee off, and a cow hopped the fence, gave birth, and then hopped the fence again. Unfortunately, the calf
died.
Was not alive. So that was my Scottish golfing experience. If you lose a ball, if you hit the ball anywhere not in the fairway, you've lost it. And yeah, that was fun.
That was so random.
Yeah, we actually scared. Actually, he was scared to walk into the long grass. He was like somebody at Jurassic Park. Don't walk in the long grass. I was like, CJ, you can walk in the long grass here. We don't have any snakes. You can go in there. Go do a grass angel right now. It's fine.
Yeah, in Australia,
you're not. Was a new experience.
You're not going in there. We got snakes. Everywhere.
I wouldn't walk in long grass in the south either. It's probably worse in Australia. But
yeah, but you got those gators.
Yep.
Yeah, you would be.
Snakes. We also have snakes.
You got snakes as well. Yeah,
the worst thing we can get is ticks. You can get a tick maybe on grass, but if you check for that, you're fine. You just
100%.
The thing is in
look out for those.
In Tanzania, in my little state off in Africa, we have 3 snakes and all 3 will kill you. So, if you see a snake, yes, it is poisonous.
Oh wow, you've only got 3 kind?
Yeah, we got 3. We just got 3 in Tassie, and they'll all get you. So you don't really want to go in the long grass. And I was like, wait, we can walk in here? And Johnny's like, yeah, just like walk around. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to make some grass angels. Like, this is crazy.
See, like, we didn't find any of our golf, like every single shot that we put in the grass, we didn't find it, but we would just find so many other balls.
Yeah, you
so
find
we're
other
net
balls.
positive on golf balls, but they're just not ours. So our scores are taking a hit. But yeah, it is fun. It's kind of what like makes you, I feel like it makes the game more high pressure, I guess, because you just really cannot miss. You have to be careful.
Yeah, it was that was good though. Enjoyed the country club. Johnny's a member at St Andrews, so we got to play there 3 times, which was good. And La Casa Le Boy. And then we went to Edinburgh. That's fantastic. Very touristy Edinburgh. You got the Edinburgh Castle, and that's very old school. Felt like I was walking around.
Everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, they would. There were more Americans than Scottish people in Scotland in general, which I thought was a bit weird. But even in Florence as well, in Italy, there were more Americans than Italians, which didn't make sense. I don't know what they're doing, but those Americans, they don't work. They're on holidays 24/7. But
you also said the same thing about Scottish people, CJ. You said Scottish people don't work.
Yeah, Scottish people don't work. I arrived at 2 o'clock. On a Tuesday at like 1 o'clock. Everyone's out. Just apparently, if the sun's out, it's a day off work, and the sun was out for like a week and a half straight. So every day, it's like midday, weekday. The pubs are packed. We're like at an outdoor beer garden, couldn't get a seat. I'm like, guys, it's 1 p.m. on a Tuesday. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing here?
That's actually true, though. It was insane because CJ came to Scotland in what I've now found out is the driest, like 2-week period or 3-week period in the entire history of the country since records began. You just came at the absolute driest time ever. So no one was working. Everybody took the days off.
Turned it on for me. They knew I was coming. They turned the weather on. Mm-hmm. And I think the uni kids were all on, they were studying for exams, which meant just go on a hill and get your taps off and go sunbake. Taps off weather. So everyone was just in their boardies, in their bikinis, and just in the middle of the city on a patch of grass getting some sun. Because if the sun's out, you're tan, you get that vitamin D. Just exactly what the captain was doing as well. You're getting as red as possible. So that was great. Yeah, Edinburgh was fantastic. Felt like I was walking around Diagon Alley. Felt like I was in Harry Potter. Had the Harry Potter Museum. Saw Edinburgh Castle. Had a look over the hill. That was great. And then we had the wedding, which, I mean, up until this point, I'm thinking the boys are going to be here. The captain's going to be here. I'm excited to see the captain, Chalkcast reunion, CEO's wedding. And so we hopped on a plane to Florence, got there, and yeah, the captain didn't come. Captain was sick.
No, it was bad. I'm not even exaggerating. I've never been that sick in my life. Not even joking. It was bad.
That's so unlucky timing.
It was bad. Yeah, it was really bad. I broke the fever that morning though, and then I made it through the qualifier. I played the qual. And then I literally finished packing. My suit is still in the suitcase, actually. I need to take it out.
No.
And then my fever was back. And I was so glad I didn't go because I woke up the next day and I was just gone. It was bad. It was really bad. I think I would have made it to Italy fine. I don't think I would have made it to the wedding. I think we would have laid down for a nap. I just would have been in the room. It would have been bad. It would have been a bad decision. But I literally was like shedding a tear when I DM'd Rizzo, even though it doesn't matter to him. He probably didn't care. Like he's got a wedding.
He cared.
No, he cared.
He also shed many tears.
Oh. Yeah.
Because it was crazy timing because when like Athena was about to walk down the aisle, Rizzo got a text from Garrett saying he's not going to be there.
No.
He just burst out into so many tears. And then Athena was like, get in. I knew he was going to cry. She had a bet on with some of her cousins. So actually, perfect timing from you.
Yeah. And he was bawling his eyes out, and she didn't see that he just put his phone away.
I'm so sorry.
She had no idea. Yeah, so she thinks it. I'm joking.
I was actually so sad though, but I think it was the right decision for sure.
It sounds like it, yeah. You sound like you were on death. I
was pretty upset about it, but all good.
Yeah.
Went to the beach the week later.
And now you're chilling. You got the doctor's orders. Just get as burn as possible and get back to health. But we didn't actually realize that Garrett wasn't there until very late because we were on a shuttle to the wedding and we were on the roll call and we were on a shuttle bus. Yeah, shuttle bus.
No, full on bus. So,
Oh yeah, full on. It was
a
yeah.
big,
We're taking the
big
metro.
bus.
This thing was a big boy. And
Big boy.
we were waiting for a Garrett Gordon to get on the bus. Does anyone have his number? Could someone get hold of him? And
It's the driver saying, "Is it Garrett Gordon?"
yeah, where's the
coming?
Garrett Gordon? And I said,
No.
I said the captain. We don't have the captain. So then I tried to get hold of him, and then got the response that he wasn't actually in Italy at all. So that was
Man.
I put a downer on the day, but health first, of course. I don't think you could have come based on how you were sounding. So that's unfortunate, but I partied, and we tried our best to remember you by going as hard as possible on the dance floor in your honor.
With the saxophonist, actually.
We had a saxophonist. The wedding itself, I think we need to get our CEO on so he can talk about the whole wedding. But I'm sure you guys will see some coverage on the socials. Athena's putting up some photos and videos. But I mentioned it was like Kardashian wedding out there. This was ridiculous. I mean, I think we need to check the Chalkcast bank account because I think that thing might be empty after the 10 minutes of fireworks and everything. There was videographers, photographers, paparazzi, and we made the most of the free champagne. So, yeah, Florence was great.
That we did.
Florence was fantastic. We tried
also so many Americans in Florence, by the way. What is it with
That's
all
what
the
I'm
Americans
saying.
in Florence in May? Like, what are you guys doing over there? How expensive is it to fly to Florence from America? It must be.
It's a lot.
Must be a lot. Right?
You must,
it's a lot.
Well,
It's
it didn't
like
look like it.
$2,000.
Didn't look like you got
goodness.
paid to go with the amount of people that were there. They were rocking around in their baseball caps and their NFL
Basketball
jerseys
short,
on and
baseball
basketball
caps.
shorts. And
Well, have you guys seen what the majority of I don't know if this is like worldwide, but the majority of Americans do now to travel? They just take a loan. It's like
no,
it's
they
insane.
don't.
Yeah, it's like it's really bad. Like they just take a loan. It's like I watch these
What?
YouTube videos of it's just TikTok compilations of people talking about it. They'll be like, it'll be TikToks of people saying, "I'm $100,000 in debt. Why not be 104 and go to Hawaii?" And I'm like, "Oh my god." And I think some of them are joking, but
No way.
like you can put anything on Klarna now as well. Like you can put DoorDash.
Don't tell her you're trying to do it.
No,
Don't get a loan.
you can't escape it. Every time you go to check out, it pops up. You're like, you pay later, and you're like, all right, bet. And then
Don't bet.
oh, I bet.
no, yeah, bro. You can put DoorDash on it. Like it's insane.
That's such
it's
a
really
terrible
bad.
idea. Why
It's
does
really
anybody
bad.
do that?
Noted.
You don't do this, right?
No,
Okay,
absolutely
good.
not.
You
Of course
sounded
not.
excited. I thought you were gassing up for a second. But
No,
Actually,
but
I saw a
watching
meme.
The compilations of people doing it is like insane. Like
Someone did like a
it's
pay in
so
four
bad.
for like a 50-cent. I don't know, like something. He's like, finally paid it off, boys. It was like 4 installments of like 50 cents or something. It was a Costco hot dog.
no.
Yeah, someone did a pay in four on a Costco hot dog, and he's like, just paid it off. Took me a month. Hawaii, here we come, is what I'm saying. Next Chalkcast trip. Can we make the most of this? This sounds really good. Wow.
Bad.
that is insane, man.
Captain.
All right, fair enough. Well, I guess that's where all the Americans got to how they all got to Florence. I didn't think I was going to get an answer to that question, but now I know.
Buy now, pay later companies will go out of business. Buy now while you can. I like that. Everyone's free money. Yeah, if they go bankrupt, you don't have to pay it back. So let's keep using them. That's how it's going to work.
Don't say it. Somebody's going to think that's how it works.
Oh,
but-
sorry. Yeah.
I
No
mean-
financial advice. No financial advice. Do not
We're
do
not
it.
financial advisors.
No
Oh yeah,
financial
see it now.
advisors.
Their losses have doubled after 140 million in customer debts are unpaid. So people just aren't paying. They're just like, screw it.
Oh
It's
no!
Oh.
so crazy. It's so crazy.
Oh boy. So yeah, we
Yeah.
saw a lot of Americans there. Florence was great as well. Had a bit of rain on the wedding day and before, but fantastic. I mean, it was pretty cool. I think we just kept mentioning it. We sort of had the Rocket League end of the table. Like, how crazy is this? We were at a wedding for two people that met through Rocket League, through Twitch, and now we're in Italy at their wedding. It's like, this is pretty weird. Pretty weird how
Crazy.
it all pans out. You know, I'm sitting here with J-Naps and the boys, and we're all just like, we all met through a video game 10 years ago, and we're still here now, but we're in Italy at a wedding. So that was fun. Yeah, I guess we can do maybe more of a recap on as a bonus ep. We don't want to bore you guys too much with well, the captain doesn't want to get too sad as well with our wedding story.
I'm so sad. I'm not gonna lie. I'm so sad. It's okay though. I want to hear about it. It sounds great.
It was.
Tell me
Yeah,
more.
we'll have to do it again. We'll have to go to Europe at some point with the captain since we missed out on this one.
See,
we need to obviously make that happen.
100%.
I love the way that. Do you guys like the way CJ says C? Like it's SEA, just like the water sea.
Grazie.
I like it.
I'm half Italian after being there as well, which is which is great. The people, I thought I was one of them, which is just a testament to my knowledge of the Italian language. But yeah, we'll cover some more of them. We've got some bonus eps to do, so we got a few more 3 weeks to catch up on, I think. So tune in for that. We'll get it. We'll dive deeper for you guys. One thing we haven't discussed though that we need to do before it finishes, because before the end of the ep, is Europe at number 5. I don't think we've been live since the last EU event either. So we did have.
Oh, true.
We had the Dignitas win, which was a massive upset that we didn't predict. I think we just had KC winning again, boring 4-0, 4-0 champ Sunday. And apparently Jack, another paid actor of JohnnyBoi's La Casa business, has just absolutely dominated and got the job done. I mean, what's going on here? The nextrank.com is popping off.
I mean, it must be. I mean, Jack's been watching the videos back after making them. He's making tutorials for himself. They're really starting to pay off. What can I say?
Game 7. That's a big hurdle to overcome. Not only just beating KC, but going to Game 7 against KC and winning. Like, that's their field. Game 7 is their field. So I don't think anyone expected that, to beat Vitality and K-Corp.
No, definitely not. I honestly, in the beginning of the series, I felt like they were a little flat, and then all of a sudden there was just one game where Jack got like 6 demos in a row that just absolutely demolished them, and then after that they looked really good. And Stizzy's been insane.
He has.
I feel like Stizzy has stepped up after people overreacted in the very beginning. He was going off as well. So I don't know. They're scary. They're a scary team. It reminds me of like. It doesn't remind me of this, but I feel like they could just show up and, if they're on form, win a LAN too. For sure.
Oh, they're in the mix for sure. Yeah, they're definitely in the mix. Yeah, Jack's done it before, which is obviously helpful. But yeah, they're in the mix. Now that they've won a regional over KC, they're going to be confident that they can beat anyone in any circumstance. Like KC had that unbeatable aura around them, and now they've lost. So going to be interesting to see how they bounce back as well.
Yeah, they're. I think it's a good loss, to be honest, from KC. Yeah, I think that just it'll improve them. Maybe it'll make them a little bit. It'll fire them up a little bit after getting complacent. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Well, they probably weren't complacent, but Dig looked fantastic.
Yeah,
Dig looked ridiculous.
I liked Ferra's tweet. Did you see Ferra's tweet? I can't remember the exact wording, but it was like a.
I did not.
I did also use the auto translate to figure out what it said in French. So maybe maybe it's wrong, but yeah, when I read that, I was like, okay, that seems like a good, good post loss take. Maybe you can find it. Can you find it?
Yeah, I can try and pull this thing up. I think the impressive thing as well, just before I bring up the Ferra thing, is that Dig came from the lower bracket. They were outside the top 4. I don't know when the last time a team has won an event starting there. Has that happened so far this split? Like starting in lower round 1 and winning the event?
I think definitely not. Because it's just been mostly K-Corp and Energy.
True, that's a good way to veto that. Yeah, that's a good point.
Maybe GK? Was GK? No. I'm not actually sure.
All right, let me pull it up. Here's the tweet from LaFerra. That should work. Yeah, here he goes. I'll zoom in for you guys. So he said, this is the translation though, so I may be wrong, but honestly, Dig played well. We lost 4-3 in the final of this regional. Small mistakes on our part that cost us a lot, especially in the last 2 games. It's a shame. The gameplay was really good all weekend. We're not going anywhere I don't know if this is a great translation. We're not getting anywhere this time, but it gives us something to work on for the future. So basically, we didn't get the job done, but improvements are to be had. So looking to get better, which could be scary for everyone else.
yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing for them to lose or for NRG to lose. I mean, well, we'll see if KC can. They've got a regional to rebound with, which will be interesting. They could just go win one now and make everybody regret beating them.
Yeah, they
What
could
are the,
just.
what are the
pop off.
rankings
Ooh,
right now
let's have a look.
for this? Is there? It's tied for 4th and 5th, I think. Or no?
For the split.
For the split. Yeah, GK and Gentlemates
Oh,
are
like that,
tied,
yeah.
15
tied
apiece.
for the 4th spot. NIP,
It's
bro.
super close.
They have to make up 6 points. That's looking
Yeah.
They need to
rough.
win.
They
It
need to
is
just,
looking pretty rough for them. I don't know. Yeah, that like partly their fault, but also they've been a bit unlucky with like other teams losing and ended up in their bracket because of it. Like they'll beat KC at the wrong time. They'll beat them in Swiss and lose in the main event.
Yeah.
They just need to win though. They've just been a top 4, top 6 team. So I know they've had some tough brackets. They've played KC more than anyone else. I think Stumpy's been complaining about that for the NOP boys on the team stream.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
at some point, if you want to be a major contending team, you need to put in a performance that says here we are, like what Dignitas just did. So they need to win this event, pretty much. Like just win it.
Just go win.
They're kind of pulling a complexity right now. They look good until
They're just around.
the
It's the
playoff
Nas
bracket.
Diaz factor, isn't it?
Okay.
Like they're just the best ones players that are just around.
I think the worst loss was the Gentlemates one, probably in the beginning of the split. Like that kind of, in the
that was about
lower bracket quarters. Like that's the one they needed to win to start the split. I think that kind of ruined them a little bit. It'll be hard, but I mean GK did it last split, so who knows?
True.
It's doable, very doable.
Yeah, that should give some confidence.
I don't know about the Roadhog though. I think we put the Roadhog experience behind us.
Yeah, I think we do as well. Actually, he's not looked that great since he popped. Since the Saturday or whenever it was.
I was talking about it and it was like cool, but like if I'm not, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a car. But like if I'm,
you think they have the conversation?
I'm like playing for my career, and it's like, all right, let's just get off the Roadhog. Let's put it up.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Actually, if I'm them, I'm annoyed.
It would check me out. It would check me out a little bit. Maybe that's like me being.
Are you really trying? I understand it's just a car, but seeing it on the pitch, even if it's 0.1%.
It depends. What if he's absolutely farming in scrims? What if he's destroying everyone they play against?
Maybe, but like when I was watching, like every touch was bad. I feel like when I was watching, like he was not getting a good touch on it. It felt like maybe I'm being biased because it was the Roadhog, but it was like every touch was weak, so weak, and I was like, what is going on? Like he couldn't shoot. And I was like, surely the Roadhog at this point has something to do with it. Because, like, this guy's a shooter. Like, Itachi's he's a shooter. I don't know.
Right, okay.
But I could be overthinking this. But I just think if things aren't going well and it was, like, a little fun thing, like, surely you just get off of it at this point.
Yeah.
Just let's restart.
100%. You go back to what you know. You would have done as well, Garrett. You put in a bad performance and you're thinking, okay, what were my settings when I was winning? What was my setup when I was winning? This guy's won a major. This guy's won a major. Go back to what you were rocking when you won a major. Like let's get.
A couple years ago, I went back to my season 8 settings and it didn't work. But
you're still looking for it though. You're looking for that. If it, especially on the hog, like if you're putting in a performance like they did last event, I think you just gotta change it up. Didn't work for him.
I think he's got to stay on the hog. Finish what he started. Like,
see, this is just madness. This is just like persistence for the sake of it. This is just stubbornness. I think if he stays on the hog's not working. And I love it.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan of it. But I think if I'm his teammate,
I
don't want to see it.
Buzzkills here. We're being buzzkills, but it's like
finish what you started.
Bring forth the scarab.
If he comes out of the scarab, that would be fair enough. Like, it's actually changing car, and he comes back in just in an even more diabolical car.
It's like if your teammate, you're playing basketball or something, and your teammate's just like got a cone on his head. It's like it's not affecting his performance, but it's just putting me off. You know what I mean? It's like, what are we doing here?
I mean,
like,
that would surely affect performance. I don't play basketball, but that's got to do something, no?
Maybe he's just wearing like funny shoes or something like that. I don't know, or some funny socks. And it's like, just conform. Just do what everyone else is doing. Go on the Fennec. Like just hop back on the Fennec and let's just play some rock. Maybe I'm crazy.
No, you're not crazy. I just think with the tilt of doing bad and you're still looking at this car, I just feel like that surely that affects the mental at some point.
It'd affect you
Like,
if you saw
Roadhog is here again.
Yeah, if you saw Jstn on the hog back in the day, would you? And you'd lost a couple of events. You're not going well. You're on the, you're coming into the third event. You need to win.
To question it, right? You surely start to question it.
Yeah.
And if your teammate's not questioning, I'm like, what are you doing? Like you're not questioning this. Like let's change up the vibe a little bit. But no, I mean, obviously it didn't work last split either. So maybe it's not the hog, but I just think it's.
I'd rather him kind of like how Oli with the Batmobile. Is that he rocks the hog, plays well, goes back to the Fennec, then they don't perform, and then the boys want the hog. You know what I mean? I think that's a better situation. Let's get a bit of
ask for the hog.
Yeah,
beg for the hog.
Yeah, you want a bit of the hog aura of like. But it's like a mythical hog.
This is turning manipulative here. There's a little bit.
But you gotta tease it a little bit. Like, tease the hog, and then you're good.
Yeah, you don't want to overuse it. It just loses its charm. It's like it's the mystery of the hog, and it popped off for one event, and we made an entire pre-show on the hog, but then we saw it the next day as well, and then we saw it in quals, and then it was like.
Now this guy's just the hog.
He's
just using the hog. Like I don't know. Yeah, I agree. I think there's some legitimacy.
Tease the hog. I like that. You got to tease the hog. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. I think he goes back to the Fennec, and then if they're not playing well, they're 3-0 down, best of 7, the hog comes out, and then you see it, you're like, oh, hang on, maybe we're on. Maybe this is a start of something, but I don't think you can just whip it out 100% of the time.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, I reckon he can. I reckon he's gonna whip out again.
Did
he have it in the qual? Did he whip out in the qual?
He whipped it out in the qual. He did.
Yeah, he's got to be playing the hog. There's no way.
He's stubborn. It's not even. It's like stubbornness. I think over anything else. You're not performing.
I don't think. See, you guys are worried about people being mad at the teammate angle here. I don't think it's possible to be mad at it. Actually, I don't think it's possible.
As his teammates,
and I don't think anyone, his coach, I don't think anybody could be mad at this guy. It's just. It's so not chill.
It's not being mad at him.
I think it's possible.
I think it's more being like. It's just like, come on, man, like.
Like, let's make sure everything's at 100%. You know what I mean? Like, the little things, like you sleep, it's all the diet, nutrition, and get on the Fennec. It's like the little 0.1%ers. Like, let's tick all the boxes here. One of the boxes not being ticked right now is I'm seeing you on a Roadhog and you've won a major in a Fennec. Like, let's just hop on the Fennec. I know you're great in the Roadhog, but I think it's just to cover all bases. Like, we need everything to go right here if we're going to win.
Yeah, like really lock in here. Yeah, at first it's like, oh my God, you're playing so good on the Roadhog. Like, this is hilarious. But it's like, now you're Roadhog main. It's like, I don't know. Like, you don't see the tier on the Roadhog, It's like, let's be the big boys here. I don't know.
Yeah.
I would just be a little annoyed. I would be mad at
him. Imagine if Vatira was just sick in the Roadhog, though, and we have no idea. He's just played the Fennec, so we just don't know. Like, I reckon Vatira's playstyle would work really well in the Roadhog. I think Daniel would do really well in the Roadhog. Who else would do well in the Roadhog? I think we need to go the other way here. Like, who else would do? I'm trying to think other players would do well in it.
The thing is I would never see them using it in an actual match, and that's where I'm saying from the teammates' perspective, I would start to get a little like, all right, what's going on? You know what I mean? So we're overthinking this 2,000,000%.
No, we're not. I'm with you. I think it's like there's a reason why no one else is on the hog. Like let's just stick to what everyone else is rocking right now.
Have you guys tried it? Have you guys played it?
Yeah, we have the hog mains.
Yeah, we played it.
So heavy. It feels so heavy.
But don't you feel invincible in 50s? Like you just crush 50s? No,
I do not.
Oh,
I
felt like an absolute wall. I was just like, I can see what he's going for here. I understand now.
Isn't it just an Octane?
Yeah,
it's an Octane hitbox, but it's like.
But Itachi's not an Octane visual player. He's a bot Fennec. Like that's the problem as well.
They're all Octanes, really. They're all rectangles pretending to be fluid shapes, but the Roadhog just admits, it just says, you know what, you guys are all faking. I'm the real thing.
Yeah,
I'm a rectangle.
I am the hitbox.
It's the thing to an actual rectangle on wheels, which is what the hitbox is. Octane's it's a fake car. It's pretending to have curves. It's like photoshopped on Instagram.
Yeah, what's your spoiler?
Like
that's
filters,
not real.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. No, go on the Fennec. I don't think you convinced me at all. I've thought about it.
Yeah, I agree. I'm 100% on the Fennec.
Yeah, I'm 300%. I would nearly DM him if he loses like early on. I might send him a Steam message and say get on the Fennec. Like this is starting to get ridiculous. Like I don't know if your team are too scared to discuss it, but they're all thinking it because Garrett and I are thinking
it feels ridiculous to blame it. I think it just feels dumb to like blame. It's like you're kind of killing your teammates' vibe.
How do you do that if you want to bring up like that? Because I'm sure a lot of people listening have a teammate that they play ranked with, or they got a friend who changes car all the time, and then eventually they just end up with the dumbest car, and you're like, okay, how do you tell them without being toxic and without killing their vibe that you think they should stop playing the Roadhog?
You just gas up how good they are in the Fennec.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because when I would ask Fireburn, he'd be like, he wouldn't say I was bad in the Fennec, but he'd be like, nah, bro, you're just an Octane player. Like when I see you in the Octane, you're just like, you just look so mechanical. Like you just kill them with kindness. You don't say how bad they are in the other one. You just say how good they are in the one you want them on.
Yeah, you are the definition of a bot Fennec attacher. You are the bot Fennec. just be the bot Fennec. Like you are a major champ in the. Just go back to where you won the major, brother. Like, come on now. Come on, let's see that little purple Fennec running around. That's what I want to see. I think it's, yeah.
Was he purple in the major? That's a good memory.
I think so. I visualize a purple Attache in a Fennec. Was he in a Gentleman's decal? No,
I think he was in that really plain.
I think Fennec was
plain purple
OEMs.
one. OEMs, not purple.
Something like that.
I don't know. Someone go look it up. Could be crazy pull for me if he's in a purple Fennec.
Purple Fennec, that's impressive.
I think you're right.
Working around Albert joined to say that GarrettG Shoey with that red reactor liquid was so funny. Yeah, he pulled that thing. He pulled that thing from the shed. Like I don't know where he found that.
Waste.
Yeah, that was
Chernobyl.
That was toxic. That was glowing. Like I think there's like a rule: if a liquid is glowing, you don't drink it. Like it's probably something bad in it. But that was some bright red. That was really bright red.
It wasn't bad.
It
wasn't bad.
I mean, can you say it was terrible because you tasted the
leather? It was the leather. It was, and I hadn't worn those shoes in like many years. They'd just been sitting there, so like they definitely had a lot of dust and.
Yeah, mine accumulated dust as well. I had my old dress shoes, so they were dusty.
Yeah, a lot of residue in there.
Clean them. I was confidently informed by the resident Australian of our podcast that you're not supposed to clean it, which has been disputed by many people.
Yeah, what do I do with the shoe now? I just rinsed it and let it air out. Is it?
Yeah, chilling. Mine was good to go pretty much like half an hour after I had it.
Mine was fine. Mine actually just smelled like nothing. Maybe it's just beer.
Okay. Yeah. I think the red stuff you need to I don't know what you need to do. You need to throw that thing out. Your red liquid, but the beer was fine.
Yeah, whoever bought that.
I need to give it a sniff. I think I just need to give it a good.
Yeah, you definitely do. I reckon you could sell that though. That Shoey shoe would probably sell.
Iconic.
For a decent amount.
Yeah, that thing was
a good amount for that.
That thing was that was fun to watch. I think that is an all-time meme of you standing back with like your arms out, holding a beer or your drink and holding a shoe and just looking at your monitor, processing that it says Ultimates win on your screen. Like,
it was like the exact time I walked back as well. Like the celebration screen was up or.
Yeah, just said ultimates. It said winners, ultimates, and it's all of them smiling, and you were just like, "What happened?
What happened?"
Now, that's gonna be a meme for sure. That's definitely gonna be a meme.
Loser series does a shoey afterwards, celebrates the boys getting knocked out. That's tough. But that's probably a good time to wrap it. We've had a pretty strong ep, and we need to catch up on the Patreon. We know that we've got our patrons that we are letting down at the moment, so we need to get out our European predictions. We'll also do a Shoey tier list and really deep dive into the mechanics, I'd say, of the Shoey, because we've got 12 or 13 Shoeys to really go over and analyze in detail. And some of them were very disappointing. Some of them were technically brilliant. Don't want to speak for ourselves, but those are pretty fantastic. So we'll get those covered. We do also
have to say it's a little asterisk on that. A lot of people, well, some people, not many, some people were very adamantly against Shoeys, and just want to clarify that if you happen to be teetotal or for you just don't drink alcohol, it's fine. You could just do a Shoey with like a non-alcoholic beverage,
like you did with the water.
Absolutely acceptable. Yeah, afterwards I needed to rehydrate. I was like, why?
Yeah, what was that
bother with the
about?
water
Why did I see a Twitter video? You
He
taking
kind
a
of
water
lost the
Shoey-
pot a little bit after that. Once he had a Shoey and he was like, "This is fantastic," he only wanted to drink out of shoes. So I thought I'd record him.
I've not used glasses for water since. I just drink out my shoe. Don't have a water glass right now on my desk.
There's something about the dress shoe that it's just really nice to like. It's so easy to drink out of as well. Like the ergonomics of it.
Yeah, I had no
superior
spill.
receptacle. It is just simply, it's built different.
Yeah,
Yeah, I had absolutely no spill from mine.
yeah,
It was great.
Mhm.
zero complaints. They're the professional shoey goers. But yeah, as we said, if you if you don't want to use alcohol, that's fine. But it was just
Absolutely
a bit of fun, harmless. Well, unless anyone got sick from their shoe bacteria, but it's
Apart
culture.
from that, harmless.
Apart from that, perfectly harmless.
Yeah,
So
apart from that.
we're chilling. We're chilling. All right. GG's. That's going to be it for our comeback episode. Rest assured, we are back in business, baby. Everyone is back in their hometown. I'm back in Africa, in Tanzania, and the boys are ready to go. So we've got EU recap. Oh, well, next week we'll have EU recap / like entire season recap. And then we've got major predictions, LCQ, Worlds predictions. We've got a ton of stuff coming up. So, yeah, we'll make sure we keep an ear to the ground and cover all bases. Yeah, that's going to be it for Chalkcast 112. Any final thoughts, boys?
Sign up for the Patreon.
No,
Predictions every
yeah.
week. And we're going to, have other content as well. We're going to make up for the missed time from illnesses.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I forgot to ask
100%.
CJ your recap on Shopify's regional.
Oh,
I'm not even making a joke. I actually wanted to know what you thought, but we can save it if you want. We can talk about it for the LCQ.
We do have to
If you
talk
want.
extensively about Shopify for the LCQ. So maybe we should save that.
Yeah, we can save it. I
think it's still fresh, so I'd prefer not to.
Okay.
Yeah, not to go into it right now. I've actually just blocked it out, to be honest. As soon as we lost, I pretty much blocked it out. I actually didn't stream the next day.
I saw that. I saw you didn't stream.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, you might actually be upset.
Yeah, because we came back and CJ was like, I think I'm just gonna sit this one out. Actually, just like I think you just stream solo today, and then we'll
I was like, did
stream the next
CJ
day.
get sick or something? I was like, why is he not live?
Yeah, he just decided he didn't fancy it, so I was like, that's fine. Hey, that's acceptable. No problem.
Yeah,
I'll save it again tomorrow.
maybe we do an entire bonus episode on Shopify. I mean, as John said, we need their own episode. But I gave everything.
Right.
I gave my all to that team. We just couldn't get the job done. But maybe for LCQ, so we'll discuss that in future eps. But yeah, thanks for bringing that up. We're real downer to finish our comeback episode on, Captain. Appreciate you. Thanks everyone tuning in. Patreon.com/Chalkcast. Support us, and we'll keep putting out the content and see if we can get the captain to Europe so he can experience the mushy peas. Yeah, that's it from the episode. W's in the chat. Patreon.com. Actually, let me put the link in there as well. It'll be in the description for the YouTubers. And hopefully you guys enjoyed our comeback ep. See you guys next time.
Yeah, see ya.
Bye-bye.